Take any drive through the University of Washington, and you'll see how the trees define this campus. But look closer and notice how the buildings, the architecture, refine that definition and really tell you where you are. For the past 100 years, UW architecture has grown right along with the cherry and maple and Douglas fir here, but you probably wouldn't have known that unless you took a course from professors like Kathryn Rogers Merlino.
Now this building that we're looking at here, probably the most iconic of campus. This was built in 1926 by Bevan Gould, and Charles Gould, who was one of those partners, was actually the founding department, or the founder of the Department of Architecture in 1914. So we're celebrating our centennial. This was kind of his crowning glories, but actually they designed about 18 buildings on campus.
She starts our tour in Red Square, named of course for its red bricks in front of Gothic superstar the Sousa Library.
This is a really important style for a lot of universities, starting way back with the monasteries when they were doing in England and around the UK and Europe, when they were really doing a lot of the intellectual growth during the Middle Ages. That kind of religious and that style of architecture got carried over into universities in America.
Red Square, she says, is important because here you see evidence of the late 60s and early 70s, when the UW campus really started to grow.
So you get Odegaard Undergraduate Library here on the left, and then you get this building here on the right, Kane Hall, one in concrete, one in brick, but in a style that we actually call brutalist. So it's really devoid of any detail. It has, a pretty harsh tone to it, and concrete was a very favored material during that time period.
For many, Kane Hall is the Rodney Dangerfield of UW architecture. It just doesn't get any respect. And here at the intersection of old world stone and brand new glass is where it gets fun for students of architecture like her.
But what I love about this is you've got this kind of Renaissance, romantic revivalism of like a French Renaissance chateau. You can see there's a bell on the top, and there's a lovely turret, and then here you've got steel, glass, brick, and this beautiful wood. And this is really part of a school that we call Pacific Northwest Regionalism, or Modernism.
Through over 100 years of developing the campus, you have styles that come and go, and you have ideas that sort of stand the test of time and sometimes don't so much. But I think what's great about the University of Washington is that almost all our buildings are timeless. They have a beauty that goes beyond style. So the diversity, I think, is in the detail, is in the materials, and the forms that you see from modern to collegiate Gothic and to regional.
And for some, nothing sums up 100 years of UW architecture like the ventilation stacks in Red Square. Built when the parking garage underneath was constructed, they simply serve to ventilate carbon monoxide. Sure, architects tell us the hill towns of Italy inspired their design, but they simply serve a purpose.
And it has a purpose. Perfect architecture right there.
For 360, I'm John Yeager.